From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français? Tell all the girls the Rougers on their way. Don't call us pretty boys, we're not a muscle head. We hate that long hair look, we like the preppy look instead. We're all American boys. All American boys. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. We don't like heavy metal, we don't like rock and roll. All we like to listen to is Barry Manilow. I don't know how to speak French, I'm gonna skip this part. Something, 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 we love the USA. Hey, we're all American boys. All American boys. We're all American boys. All American boys.
Let's kick some ass.
And there it is, George Gatton with the Roju
brothers.
The Roju.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kickin' Ass with Jesse
and Andy.
That was George Gatton.
That's George Gatton. This podcast is brought to you by American Barbell Club because we now have a sponsor.
Yeah, kicking
That's
ass.
Sick. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be kicking ass in some American Barbell Club apparel.
We're going to get geared up. We're going to get you guys geared up. We're going to do some giveaways and stuff, too. Andy just hooked me up with some knee wraps. You've used the wrist wraps before?
Yep,
correct?
The wrist wraps.
Yeah, and T-shirts.
Sweatpants.
Sweatpants to relax in.
Yep.
And
or to work out in.
Or to work out in.
Yeah.
I live in sweatpants, so crucial. And, yeah, it's our first sponsor, man. That's dope.
That's so cool.
Super exciting. And I think, okay, what is super exciting about this is, straight up, we normally have to film these. We normally have to record these in advance because of our travel schedules. But basically, it is Monday, October 30th now. And this episode is going to drop on Thursday, November whatever. But this week, it's going to drop in about 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's sweet.
Like November 2nd.
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah, it's dropping this week. Every Thursday, new episode. So this Thursday will be this episode, so we can actually talk about current events and not sound like weirdos.
Yeah.
Like I think the last one we talked about, the movie Mother, and it had been out for like a month.
Yeah.
We're like, we just saw Mother.
Yep.
So it's just going to be different for us. This is
today's a different format today. We don't have a guest in today.
No.
But we do have all of you listeners as our guests because we're going to do fan questions.
We got 2 mics. We sound completely legit.
Yeah.
Before we dive into fan questions,
yes,
can we talk about one thing? Mm-hmm. We talked about this yesterday. I don't know the name of it. The fucking weird sex video that you sent me. What's the dude's name?
Okay, the greatest video of all time.
Yes, exactly.
Is a video by a guy named Sebastian Tellier.
Uh-huh.
Right? And it's probably like Tellier or something like that. He's French.
Yeah, he's French, right?
And he has a song called Coche. It's C-O-C-H-E. Coche Valet. V-I-L-L-E.
Yeah.
Coche Valet. And it is the greatest video ever. It's basically like brother has a beard and long hair. He's wearing like a long kind of like chorus, like a chorus robe for like a guy at church. He's playing this like sick flying V guitar. The song's like super disco.
Yeah.
And like the coolest shit happens in it. There's like balls.
It's strange in the best way possible.
Yeah, there's balls,
tits,
wieners.
Yeah, like behind
boobs.
Shots of like butts with like balls hanging down.
At one point in time, like a guy slaps a girl like a banana out of her hand. There's a guy with like a sparkler in his butt. At one point in time, a parrot shoots out of a pee hole.
That's because so basically I got a text from you and it was just this video.
Yeah,
didn't say anything, so I turned it on, like thinking like, oh, like am I supposed to be like looking for something? Nope. And I was like, I don't know if like Andy just likes the song or like cool.
The song rocks.
The song's awesome. Like should we play it for like a second?
Yeah.
While you're looking for it,
I got it saved. I
just didn't know. I was like, I don't know if he really likes the song. If he said this to me because there's like tits everywhere, and then like so I finally just texted you. I was like, It was awesome, man. And I was like, was I supposed to be looking for something? And you're like, dude, a fucking parrot shot out of the guy's dick.
Yeah.
Like, there was tons of cool stuff.
The song fucking rocks.
The song's awesome. Like, just that is the catchy part.
So cool.
Yeah.
Like, boobs are out right now. The one wiener.
We forgot the best part of it is the close-up of his facials.
Yeah. So every time, like, something cool happens, it goes back to Beard Brother that's, like, ripping and singing, and he's just like... like you could hear him go like like he's like accepting of like weird foot fetish.
Yeah, there's a lot of foot fetish stuff in there.
Very
isn't there?
cool. I've never been a foot fetish guy, but like watching this
kind of makes
I'd
you
suck on a toe.
No, because you were doing the facial expression at dinner last night, like super
puff.
good to puff. Like, my idea was like, can we take a picture of your face doing that and then we'll post that with this episode?
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
Accepting.
It's just like real wide-eyed and like head back with like a creepy, like, no, not smiling with your teeth, just with your mouth.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I kind of do it a lot.
Yeah, and nodding your head at the same time.
So, and then obviously I made everybody at the table watch it last night.
Yeah.
We were like eating
including my wife.
Yeah. Which, you know what's really weird?
Uh-huh.
Like, one, I never want to hear Laura. I don't want to hear about your guys. When Laura's around,
yeah.
Not saying
like,
you talk about your sex life all the time, ever. We never do.
Yeah.
But, like, anytime I bring my sex life up around Laura, she's like, okay. But then, like, 2 seconds later, Laura's like, I gotta poop.
Yeah.
It's like, don't fucking say that then. You can't, like, go no to this, but then talk about pooping, because everybody knows girls don't poop.
She posted that one fitness picture of her, and like it's like almost like athletic underwear, kind of, or something. And you commented, and you were like, "What the hell, man? Like, I don't want to see this stuff."
Yeah, like she did like some like sexy like beach thing.
Yeah,
and like on my feed, I'm going through my feed, and it's like basic at this point in time, it's kind of like looking at
seeing
your sister. Yeah, and like you
Kevin
see
Bennett
her,
with the waters,
and she's trying to be all sexy and stuff, and like, oh, blow pops.
Happy Halloween.
She's trying to be all
Tootsie
sexy
Pops.
and stuff
Thanks,
like that, and like the last thing I want to do is think of Laura sexy, because it's my man's wife.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to do that. You know what I mean?
That song rules. By the
it's
way.
The best. Kev, have you ever heard of Sebastian Tellier? You're a DJ, dude. I feel like you could learn a lot from him.
You should check it out.
Yeah.
And now, what's my creative juices got?
Koshan Valet. That's the song.
We were talking. We've been doing a lot of talk about our new Downtown Buffalo promotion. We should someone should use that as theme music.
Puff.
Yeah. Oh man, and like almost like a gimmick based off of that dude.
Yeah.
Which
we're trying to do in Buffalo.
I love that you thought of Puff right away, and that was the perfect answer.
Yeah. We're trying to do like a not. Shouldn't open this near a mic, but we're trying not to like a lot of shows are PG, and then there's like other ones where like I wrestled on an AIW card, and this isn't talking shit about AIW, but I wrestled on a card against Dr. Dan, and his partner, like came out, and like we were like in a neighborhood,
yeah,
and on a mic, he just started swearing.
That's too much.
And stuff like that. And like time and a place. So we want to create something that is...
I always say, I got something stuck in my throat right now.
This is great.
I don't know. Oh, it's broccoli. Because I was just eating broccoli.
Oh shit, I heard a story about this. Earlier today, I was eating blueberries, as I usually do.
I'm back.
And I sneezed with blueberries in my mouth, and a blueberry went into my sinuses.
Like, did it...
Straight up into my nose.
Did it shoot out your nose?
An hour and a half later, me and Wes are driving to the casino because, a real degenerate goes and eats lunch at a buffet.
Yeah, the casino buffet.
And I sneezed in his car, and the blueberry came out.
Is it like a chewed up blueberry?
No, it was a blueberry.
So how long did it sit up your sinuses for?
An hour and a half.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible. It was up there.
Like a full-size blueberry?
Well, not like a big guy.
But I mean like a round one.
Oh, yeah. It was right up there.
Yeah.
And I shot it out. I ate it. I went right back in. It was up there for an hour and a half.
What I was trying to say while that shit was in my throat was what you were saying before was I like to think of it as like a good PG-13.
Yeah, there's going to be swearing.
Like do you know what the first PG-13 movie ever was?
No, I'd love to hear it.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
For real?
Yeah.
Num Shiba, Num Shiba, Num Shiba.
Which is, I mean, I remember seeing that. I watched it on Christmas Eve. We used to get together with my dad's side of the family. A little shinfo here for you.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we would do my dad's side of the family on Christmas Eve. That was the only time of the year we saw that side of the family.
Yeah.
And there was just like one really cool uncle. And he would we watched Gremlins one year. We watched Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, Stand By Me. He always brought us like cool movies to watch, the kids. And I remember watching like Temple of Doom. Dude, they're eating like monkey brains.
I do
pull a dude's heart out of his chest. Like it's pretty.
Oh, Num Shiba, Num Shiba.
And the fact that it's like not rated R, like it was right because it was like right in between there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride your coattails into an impersonation. I do a really good impersonation
Of the what the dude.
Chilled monkey brains, Dr. Jones. Impersonations. I also do a really good Regis Philbin. I'll save that for another time.
Right, perfect. Remember they cut the big snake open too, and all the little ones come out. And they just start eating them.
Yeah,
it's intense.
Great.
Like the perfect like PG-13 I always think of is the Heath Ledger Joker Batman movie. Is that Dark Knight Returns?
That is Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, it's they got away with a lot. For PG-13, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the perfect, like, PG-13. So, like you're saying, like, the stuff we want to do downtown Buffalo is, like, not like we want to go, like, CZW, like, R-rated,
yeah,
fuck
we don't want to do, like,
everybody.
death matches. We
no.
want to do stuff like hardcore matches, yes.
Yeah, when there's storylines involved and, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Kamana Wanalea is not going to be dancing nude on the roof of the, whatever we're going to call it, arena.
Yeah. I don't know, remember what would I even start talking about the downtown shows for? Just Puff and the.
Because I brought it up.
Yeah, Puff and the
for
entrance
the downtown
music.
show, we're gonna need that entrance music.
Yeah,
that's it.
One more thing before the fan questions too was I did feel bad because I was worried about this happening because I went to go see Ring of Honor at Riverworks in Buffalo before we run there, and a dude came up to me, Alex Depew on Facebook. I've known him. Like I've known him for a while. Like he originally, me and Laura went into Hot Topic, and he was working there, and he knew of me through you. She's like a big Every Time I Die fan, and I've just known him throughout the years. Like I have his number and everything. Like we text once in a while and stuff.
You're friends.
Yeah, we're friends. Okay, so we do know each other. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And he came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, dude, like, sorry, I hope I'm not punishing you." Like, he wasn't trying to say it as a joke, but now, like,
he said the word punishment.
Yeah, from the podcast.
Right.
And I was like, dude, like, bro, no, you're not a Punisher, man. Like, this is not, you know what I mean? Like, because the whole time he was talking to me, he just kept apologizing to me, like he was taking up my time, and I was like, no, bro, it's Alex, it's fine, man.
A Punisher move is apologizing the whole time.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, bud, don't apologize the whole time.
Yeah,
you're just a bud.
Dude, being at merch tables and, like, talking to fans, like, that's not punishment. Like, I'll do that all day. I love it. Especially talking about wrestling and the podcast. Those are my two favorite things in the world to talk about.
It's seriously like the guy that, like, comes up and then he's just being, like, he wants to make sure he knows more than you.
Yeah.
That's a Punisher.
Uh-huh.
Like, comes up, and, like, guys that ask questions they know the answer to already.
Yeah, or they don't listen to your answer and they start talking about something else, or
like cut you off nonstop.
Uh-huh.
It's the worst.
Or one-uppers.
Blow smoke in your face. Like you're smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst.
Yeah, or for me, like, in life, it's like when you go to the grocery store and, you know, I'm 37 years old and I walk past somebody from high school and it's just like, it should just be like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, you obviously know who each other are. So it's like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And there's no need to stop and turn. So what have you been up to? Like, bro, like there's, you know what I mean?
Want to hear something?
Please. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to hear something. We got these microphones.
I have a few anxieties in life.
Uh-huh.
One is heights. I don't like heights.
Uh-huh.
2, we talked about my moth problem.
Uh-huh. Kevin got such a kick out of that.
Yeah. 3, I can't talk to people from high school.
Yeah.
And it has
I could totally see that being
I
like
don't
a thing.
hate you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but I just don't live the same life.
Yeah.
And it's not like I lived the same life when I was in high school, but like it's hard for me. I can't get excited about you putting windows in your house.
Yeah.
And that sounds so mundane.
I'd like to see. I mean, I completely get it, but
I'm just not. I'm not the white picket fence guy.
Yeah.
I'm not the owner of a house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You know what I mean? Like it's just not like normal life to me. I have literally stayed away from it.
Yeah.
For 40 years.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. One time, I was in Tops.
Yeah.
Tops is a supermarket in the area.
I didn't even open my first Tootsie Pop yet.
And I saw my sister and ducked behind something.
Oh, like your actual, like your
my whose birthday is today?
Yeah, that's right.
October 30th, born 1972.
You avoided your sister.
I literally ducked behind something because I didn't want to talk to her.
To your own sister.
Yes. And I love her.
Yeah.
I love her a lot.
That's heavy.
She's in like the first, she's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Of like things I love.
And you just wanted to leave the grocery store without getting stuck in
I think
the
I
conversation.
just got back from tour.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I come back from tour, I just don't want to be around people.
Yeah, you just want to chill.
Yeah. I'm around
because you've been
people.
talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, meeting
and
people for every day.
And my sister is going to give me, and it like, and I feel like I'm punishing her too.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just like, hey, we don't have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you know where I've been.
Yeah,
I text you.
Yeah, talk to you on the
we
phone.
don't have to have the conversation here. It's like I'm not gonna walk up and be like, oh, what are you buying?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I get it.
Window cleaner. Great.
Yeah.
All right. See ya. Nope. I'm here because I want cheese.
I love that you ducked out on her.
Literally ducked behind like like they have that aisle of all the shit.
Yeah.
There's like stuff you can put in your yard.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like these dumb boxes where it'll be like, oh, today we're giving away American flag towels. Yeah. Like I hid behind that thing.
Useless shit, yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, fuck. Like literally just like put my hat down, ducked under it, saw her and my brother-in-law Scott like leave. Yeah. And I was like, okay. I stood
good.
back up and just
I'm safe.
Went along with it. Usually put a hood on.
Yeah.
If I'm in the local supermarket.
I do earbuds. That's my move.
Yeah.
Like I always think of since I graduated high school, there was a girl, Stacy Bevilacqua. You got to use full names from high school.
That is a great name.
Yeah.
I said this one the other day. I dated a girl named Kezia Chowaki.
From high school?
No. No. That name though.
Moral of the
great
story.
Name.
Stacy Bevilacqua, like we knew of, like she grew up across the street from my best friend Neil. Like, we were never friends. Like we didn't have each other's phone numbers or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like after high school, every time I would see her, it was always like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "Man, Stacy Bevilacqua gets it." Like, you know what I mean? Every time I saw her, it was a grocery store, out at a bar, like whatever. Like it was always just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, man, I wish everybody would do that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stacy Bevilacqua for getting it.
Yeah.
It's a fan question.
When you do Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Warped Tour gets like that. Because you're like, you're basically in this like little moving city.
It makes sense, yeah.
From town to town, and it's like 40, you're up for like 50 days.
Yeah, and you're seeing the same people.
And it just gets to the point where like, oh, I cannot go past that one merch table.
Yeah.
That guy stinks. So then you have to, like, and then when you wake up that morning, the way of the land is different every day. So like, as soon as you wake up, you got to kind of like dip around and see where everybody
maneuver
is.
Around.
Yeah. A couple years ago, I think it was like 2010 Warped Tour or 2012. Like this one of the sponsors was like a squirt gun company.
Yeah.
And like I'm on the tour. So like I can like bounce from air conditioning to air conditioning. So like our bus has air conditioning. So I don't have to actually dress like I'm in the sun all day.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing like, sometimes I wear pants and I'm dry.
Uh-huh.
And then you walk past those people and then you get blasted in the fucking ear with a squirt gun.
Oh.
And I remember this year.
Yeah.
It was like day 2. I remember the previous year that we were on, it was like 2010. They were there and they would squirt you every day.
Oh my God.
It was awful. And the first day, I just walked up to a dude and smashed his gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you guys squirt me, I'm gonna fucking do this every day.
Yeah.
And I never got squirted again.
That's perfect. There was I'm gonna make the story real quick. A story I heard about a random guy from the UK. This is like 2006, a long time ago. Someone told me a story about a guy from the UK. I think it was actually Corey Graves was over. He was in the UK. There was an indie guy over there, and it was like Samoa Joe.
He was called Sterling James Keenan.
Keenan at the time. Samoa Joe, like Christopher Daniels, a bunch of like the old school Ring of Honor guys were on tour. They were playing cards, and then somehow they got the idea, like the other guys were like bored, Sterling James and everybody, and they grabbed these like pillows. And then when those guys were done, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna like hit him with the pillow." Like as they walked out of the room, they were hitting him with his pillows.
Yeah.
And the one guy from the UK was like, "Yeah, I'll hit Samoa Joe." And they were like, "Oh yeah, man, okay."
Yeah.
And then, like, because like like Sterling like knew the guys and stuff.
Yeah.
So Samoa Joe like walks out of a doorway. This dude blasts Joe in the face with a pillow, and Joe just like grabbed him and like was like, "Motherfucker, you don't know me like that." Like just embarrassed the shit out
I
of
get
the
like
dude.
that a lot too. Like there's like going back to like the Punishers thing. Like I have become super. I hate when people slap me hard.
Yeah.
So like you'll get like the fucking amped up bro after a show and you're sweaty, so like any slap is like magnified.
Yes.
And you get off stage and it's just like, dude, great show, smash, right in the back. And it's become now where I just stop. I'm like, why the fuck did you just slap me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, sorry, man.
Like,
They look at me like I'm an asshole, and it's like, if you did that to me on the street, I would be beating your fucking ass right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, let's get to some fan questions.
Yeah. Guys, you're not punishing us, please.
Yeah, it's not a punishment. Just don't slap my fucking back home. All right, man? I just got done riffing.
Uh-huh.
I know you're amped up, you're gassed up, you're fucking...
Yeah,
just back chop me.
Well, like we put up tweets and Instagram today for you guys to send us questions. And, dude, we got, like, you texted me, like, within, like, 15 minutes, and you were like, holy shit, dude, we could do, like, an entire episode of questions. Yeah. Like, it's just cool to see this all coming together. Like, let alone the Christmas show being sold out, 3,000 tickets, and now the fact that we can do an entire episode of just fan questions. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You got one there?
Oh, no, I was just looking at this GIF. Sorry.
That's good.
No, but I haven't pulled up.
All right.
At Life by Dannon has a few really good ones.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes we get kind of carried away with wrestling and stories.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole workout aspect of this podcast sometimes kind of gets
forgotten about.
So the first thing he said, ideal workout format, an approach for someone trying to burn fat but maintain increased mass. I personally do this thing.
Could you do that one more time?
What, you want to do it one more time?
The question, yeah, sorry.
Why, what did I do?
No, I didn't grasp all of it.
Okay. At Life by Dannon says, ideal workout format, an approach for someone trying to burn fat but maintain increased mass.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's
like living the dream.
That's kind of diet, though.
Yeah, a lot of diet, but...
like for me, a lot of people ask me, like, oh, you're on tour a lot. How do you maintain your mass and stuff like that? And basically, I do like a hybrid 5-3-1 workout. If you look that up anywhere, 5-3-1 workout will come up.
Yeah.
So any of my major lifts, that's a press, pull, or squat. I do 5-3-1. So like my major thing. So if I'm concentrating on my incline on a bench press, I do 5-3-1, and then I do volume work on my flat bench. If I'm doing like a squat, say I'm doing like a hack squat, I'm going to do 5-3-1, and then I'm going to do volume on my back squat. Stuff like that. Like, and I just kind of do this like weird thing. Like my back days, my deadlift gets the 5-3-1, and I pick a number on my pull-ups, and then I hit that number. So if I want to do 100 pull-ups that day, during my workout, I have to hit 100 pull-ups.
That's a good way to do it. Just keep doing it between sets and exercises.
Yeah.
And I think this is good for people because like me and you work out in such different ways.
Yeah.
Like now like Kevin knows I've been doing a lot of workouts with the Young Buffalo guys. I think what he's trying to say, like as far as burning fat but maintaining mass, I mean as long as you stay lean, that's the idea, is that you're going to keep muscle on, you're going to look bigger. So with me, like Andy said, that it is a lot of diet, but it's also, I think it's keeping a good tempo and a good pace with your workouts. Like you 100% you do not want to rest longer than a minute, 60 seconds. If you can keep it shorter than that, that's good too. And I would say high reps, like stick to like 15 to 20 reps. And the more supersets and drop sets you can do will help too. Just keeping that constant pressure and blood flow in the muscle will help. Like for instance, if you were training arms, let's say like you got the wishbone on the cables and you're doing press downs, like hit like a set of 20 of those and then go right over to like to barbell curls, hit 20 of those, rest 60 seconds, do that again, 2-3 sets of that, and then switch it up. It's just to keep that good pace.
Yeah.
And you know, you're doing lighter reps, but you know, keep a good weight too.
And you want to know something? Who gives a shit if you're doing lighter reps? You know what I mean? Like,
oh god,
I'm at that point now where like I'm never gonna compete in a fucking
unless you're training for a powerlifting competition. Weight really is not a big deal.
And that's the only time, like if you're like powerlifting, like when you're doing like speed work, that's where you like keep your like rest fast.
Yes.
But if you're doing like, I don't know, like if you're like, for me,
well,
like, I do a lot of powerlifting stuff, and and it's usually in between like a minute and a half, 2 minutes rest in between.
Yeah, because if you're going heavy, you want a longer rest.
If I'm doing my volume stuff, you have to be like a minute or less.
Yeah, and I think that's where the problem lies with a lot of people, is they think to themselves, like, because they go to do that second set and they're like, they start going, they're like, oh shit, I can't go as heavy, so they want to rest longer.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's fine, dude. Drop the weight and do 20 reps again.
It's the movement. Like
Kev, like I could see that like in a lot of the Buffalo guys, like I can tell they get kind of like disappointed when they have to. Kevin's like confused why you're giving him the microphone. They big body guy.
Oh, yeah.
But you can just tell dudes get like disappointed when like it'll be like second or third set time and they start going, and I can tell it's like, oh, obviously they're not going to get another 20 reps with this weight, and I'll just tell it's like, dude, just stop here, just drop the weight, like, and it's because it's an ego thing. It's like, dude, I promise you, it doesn't matter when you're doing like low rests like this in high reps. Like weight does not matter. So don't think. I think that's the thing. A lot of people think to themselves like, oh, I like to rest longer so then I can use heavier weights. Like if you're doing high volume work like that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was always stuck in my head, that just higher weight, heavier was just the best way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It always like worked for me. Obviously, I always felt bigger, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and trust me, like as you get older, and like now the more you're wrestling and beating your body up too, and as you start getting older, like you can't keep up with that heavy pace.
It felt like it was tearing my body apart. But
I mean,
I like what we're doing.
You're just, dude. You're lucky too. Like I knew as soon as we started doing all these workouts with the young guys, like you get results really quick. Even Andy said yesterday, like you look like you're like filling out a lot, and like we've only been doing it.
Do I?
How about that pop? How about that pop from Kevin there? Uh-huh. His eyes just lined up. He goes, "Oh, do I?" Like, he just woke up.
So like the difference, like you came out yesterday at Smash, and like you definitely looked bigger.
You think? I mean,
I'm horrible at weight.
I'm still, well, dude, you've been the same weight, like, but 280 now. 280. You thought I was 200 pounds the last podcast that we did. Yeah, he mentioned that.
I shouldn't say this because now I've been weighing myself a lot lately too, and it's of course fucking with my head. Like you can still weigh this. You can still weigh the same and like look bigger because you're working out, so it's gonna move around. You're gonna get bigger up top and smaller in your waist. You know what I mean?
And I've been eating like clean all week.
And but that's the thing is you're doing the meal prep now, and like that shit makes a big difference.
I've been 240 for months.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, "Oh my, you gotta be like 280."
Yeah.
270. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
240. I carry my weight carries in different spots.
Yeah. I just want to look big. I could really give a damn about how much I weigh at this point, I guess.
You want to do another question?
Oh, you do one now.
Yeah. What was it? Sorry, I lost it.
That's okay.
1 second here, everybody. It was a good one. It is. I don't know how much experience you have with. I feel like he's saying this because I was just in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Have you been to Skyline Chili or
I know
Gold
all
Star
about
Chili?
Yeah.
I feel it's like honestly, it's probably good. I used to live in Cincinnati.
Last time I was in Cincinnati.
I don't think I might have eaten. I'm not a chili guy, so I don't really.
Ready for this? You love this chili.
No, I've had it. I'm not,
Really?
It just doesn't really do anything for me.
Last time, this is embarrassing. I was in Cincinnati about 2 months ago, and I had 6 Skyline hot dogs.
God. How did you not puke or
I wanted
shit
more.
yourself? Or
I wanted more.
Oh,
dude, I think it's the shredded cheese on it. Shredded cheese,
yeah, that's the thing.
is
right?
so fucking underrated, man. A lot of people talk about nacho cheese,
yeah,
because it comes out of a cool pump.
But real cheese,
fucking shredded cheese,
it's a game changer
on anything, dude. Shredded cheese on a cheeseburger, sick.
Yeah,
shredded cheese on a taco, amazing.
Yeah,
it's shredded cheese for the win.
So do you pick Skyline over Gold Star?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
100%.
Now the second one, War of Planet of the Apes or Kong Skull Island?
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I am the biggest fanatic of the newer Planet of the Apes.
The new 3
movies.
Planet of the Apes were amazing.
First time I got chills in a long time was the first Planet of the Apes with James Franco.
Yeah.
When Caesar says no.
Yeah.
I legit got chills.
See, I was in the theater. People started laughing. So
Which is
it
fucking crazy.
It killed it for me.
Dude, do you remember The Ring?
brother's getting hot.
Yeah, for sure. Because I remember a time that happened. So The Ring.
Yeah.
The opening scene is the dude jumping out of the girl. Is it a guy? It's a guy or a girl jumping out of the hotel and splatting on the ground.
Yep.
Legit, people started laughing.
Ugh.
Right away.
That sucks.
And that was just
that's such a bad tone for a horror
that type
movie.
of a fucking movie, man. Which is great. The Ring movies are fantastic.
Yeah, I think that whole thing is it's like when you watch a horror movie with somebody, and they don't want to be scared, so they just laugh at the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
That's their way of not freaking themselves out.
I got a massage from a 72-year-old woman once.
Oh.
In Dallas, Texas. This is a woman that Oliver Peck, the tattooer, I lived with him for a short second, and he got in a motorcycle accident, and he hurt his hand, his tattooing hand, and he ended up having to get massages. So he would go to this 70-year-old woman who was more of a, she wasn't a sport massage person. She manipulated your muscles to where they're supposed to be. I don't know if there's a name for that. Almost like Rolfing, but they didn't use the
tool,
that weird crazy tool.
Yeah.
She did it with her hands. So I was having trouble. My left hand, and this is pre you knocking me out with a vertical suplex.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a neck issue or anything like that.
Everything was working just fine.
Yeah. And my hand was going numb while I would play. So the first 4 or 5 songs, I couldn't feel the strings on my guitar. And I was starting to freak out. And it just turned out that I cracked my spinatus, which is, if you guys know what a supraspinatus is, it's the little bone or muscle that basically anchors your trap, your rear delt, and your lat into your right. It's right around your shoulder blade.
Okay.
And I cracked it. Me and Wes were.
So it traveled down your arm.
Yeah, I think it's just scar tissue, and sometimes it just sits on the nerve that goes there.
Oh, okay.
But so I hit up Oliver. We were in Dallas. I was like, dude, this thing's happening. I need to. Do you know a masseuse? And he goes, oh, that woman is still alive.
Yeah.
She's 72.
Nuts.
She could get me in 45 minutes. So he goes, you have 45 minutes. You have to get there. She only has 45 minutes open.
Yeah.
So I walk in. There's this little old lady sitting there, and she goes, just stand straight for me. And I stand straight, and she goes, oh, I see the problem. Take your pants down. And I was like, okay, this is a rib. I get it. Now, here we go. She's going to give me an old woman hand job.
Yeah, sweet.
Which wasn't the case at all. She started basically anytime you have a back problem, a lot of times lower back problems, right now, when you talk about sometimes how your sciatica kicks up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be the muscles in your pelvis in the front.
Yeah.
So basically what she was doing is she was like looking, and she even said, she goes, oh yeah, your like pelvis a mess.
Oh, okay.
And she started moving the muscles around.
Yeah.
Basically in my obliques and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It hurt so fucking bad.
Yeah.
To go back to what you're saying with the horror movie, like
dig in there.
People are like, you know, like when they're awkward, like when they're like awkwardly scared or awkwardly like intimidated, they like kind of like laugh.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't do anything but laugh, and I was sitting there laughing. She's like, "What are you laughing about?"
Because it hurts so bad.
And I literally was like, "You're hurting me so bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do."
Yeah,
so I was just sitting there laughing, and she was like, "You could hear muscles going, like popping."
Yeah,
dude, she fucking did something with my taint. Where she put her hand, like she told me to take everything in my pants, which is nothing. Basically, I'm a Ken doll with like a. Like, you know, like you had like a toy, you would have like a G.I. Joe doll.
Yeah.
And all your G.I. Joes would like stand straight, but the one wouldn't stand straight because like there was that one weird piece of plastic from the mold that was on his heel.
Oh, yeah.
So it wouldn't stand straight. That's basically what my dick is. It's just like where the mold was like, we're gonna,
a bump.
We got to put something there. So like that's what's there.
Yeah.
So she tells me to take everything in my pants and move it to the left, and then she like works around like the right side of my dick and balls, and then she tells me to move it to the right, and then she works on the left side,
gets into there,
and then she goes lift it up. She puts her old lady hand into my taint area and pops this fucking muscle, and it goes like it made like a pop, and then my spine went like straight up, like whatever she did like. Corrected it.
It's fucked.
It was wild. And I was just, the whole time was just like just like laughing like fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And it was because it hurt so bad. It was so awkward, man. But it felt great. Like after I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. You know?
Well, it's just like I've heard like when you have those like floater ribs.
Yeah.
And they can pop those back in and it's just like instant relief, I guess. It's nuts. It's
wild.
crazy.
So that was a little tangent that started with Skyline.
Sure did.
And ended with an old lady finger in my taint. So here, I have this.
What do you got?
Life by Dannon is killing it because he has some really good questions here. He has like a 5-parter here.
I'm in.
Favorite movies of all time. Let's just give one a piece.
Okay.
I say it all the time. Blade Runner is the perfect movie.
Yeah, Predator for mine.
Okay. 2,
the original.
Xbox or PlayStation. Kicking Ass Podcast doesn't play video games, all right, guys? We don't play baby games.
Not
here.
a gamer guy.
We don't play baby games, but I do happen to own a PlayStation.
Yeah, we have a PlayStation 4. I should just say it's funny that came up because we just did a show for Smash in St. Catharines, and it's like a college. And I got there, and there was nobody there yet, and they just had a PlayStation 4 set up, and I played NBA basketball, 2K18, and just messing around, and then I just went and stayed at Carl Anderson's for a couple days, and he had it. And I was like, all right, man, let's. We played basketball. The only more point to this whole story was Carl does this thing where he's a video game guy.
Yeah,
he gets real competitive, and when he does something good in the game, he goes, "That's just good basketball." He would do that every time he did something.
If I played a basketball game, it would just be boom shakalaka all the time. Boom shakalaka.
Mine was always top of the key. That's all I would say.
He's on fire.
Yeah, that's it.
Number 3 is who do you enjoy working with the most in the ring in singles? For me, he's standing right here, Kevin Bennett. I had probably my best match ever with him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's Buffalo's HBK. All right, go ahead. Who's your
Buffalo's showstopper?
Yeah.
I just always think of Cody Deaner first. Deaner's the man, dude.
Yeah.
He's the man.
You brought that. You always bring Cody up.
Yeah.
What in-ring wrestling talent do you feel deserves much more attention? Not from the Buffalo area. Not from the Buffalo area. I can't say HBK on this one.
A wrestler.
Yeah.
Not from this area that deserves more attention.
Yeah.
I think I know your answer already, but.
What do you think?
Damn, you go first.
Well, who do you think would be my guy?
Oh, Brody, Nate.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Nate's like my boy.
Yeah.
So
which
like,
I feel like it's an unfair answer, but I mean, that's why I'm excited Nate's doing the Christmas show.
Of course.
Because I would put money on that once he breaks out and starts traveling the littlest bit, it's not going to take long.
I'm going to say as a whole because he's only been in California. So I feel like, Nate is very subjective because he's one of my guys.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, I think right now, I think this is going to lynch I think this is going to go into one of his other questions. I don't think wrestling could be better than it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Attitude Era was sick.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But like right now, there's so much.
It's insane
out there that is just fantastic.
When I was in Cincinnati last week, there's these two. These two super fans. They always. You can see them in a lot of pay-per-views. It's the dude's a big bald guy, super tan. He always wears like a big fluorescent like yellow or orange or pink jacket, and then his wife always wears like a fluorescent jacket too. And they're always like they've been front row at WrestleMania. They've been around forever. And I was just talking to him, and he was like, "Dude, I think this is the best period of wrestling ever."
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because
because there's definitely something going on because it's like that with everything, right? There's just so much content. That's the whole thing is like comedy, movies, TV shows, everything, right? There's just so much content right now for everything.
I'm going to go with this. I think Willie Mack is one of the greatest.
He's insane.
He's fucking great.
You ever met him also?
No.
He's a character.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude,
I love Willie.
hilarious.
I think Willie Mack Mack should be wrestling on every single show.
It takes him like 5 minutes to say like a sentence.
Yeah.
Because he just like, and he thinks a lot, and then he goes back to it. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Good dude.
That's awesome.
I will say it again. Cody Deaner, because I've never, dude. I can't remember last time I was on a show with Deaner and he didn't get over.
I'm gonna say this.
He's super over every single show I see.
Straight up, nowadays, for you to have a finish on a match, like your finish needs to be like fucking Ricochet does a 630.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yep.
That's how insane. Like shit looks CGI sometimes.
Yeah.
Like in wrestling. Because these dudes are crazy.
They're so insane.
Cody Deaner finishes with a DDT.
Yep.
You'll see.
Builds the entire match around
How many DDTs were on the Smash show yesterday?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I did one.
Yeah, of course. But like he finishes with a DDT.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen him have a match where I was like, that wasn't great. You know what I mean? It's always good.
I just saw him. He teamed with Mysterio at Border City in Windsor. They did the fucking. Mysterio hit the 619 right into Dieter's DDT. Fucking place went insane.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so number 3, I think like this is what I just said. What are your thoughts on the current state of wrestling business? Would it be better if there was a true number 2 going head to head with WWE, like the Attitude Era? I always agree with there should always be competition.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like there's no direct number 2, because basically nobody has the money that WWE has, but instead there's like a zillion.
I'm gonna say this, and this might get me some heat.
Yeah.
Is
precursor.
A lot of people, and me and Jesse are part of the For the Table thing. It's a group text with a few good brothers, and I kind of got heat in it because I took the side of, I thought it's good for wrestling that those ROH guys in Bullet Club went and did a hokey invasion angle on the WWE. Yeah. And there's no way the WWE didn't know about that.
No, yeah.
They probably said, yeah, sure, come do it.
Uh-huh.
I think right now what's good about not having a number 2 is it makes people seek out all the little things. So like people are watching, and by no means is New Japan a little thing.
No.
But
you're talking about like Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, like
everything
Progress.
Right now. Like there's good matches happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Every single weekend, no matter what it is, Rockstar Pro, AAW, AIW, Wrestle Circus, Bar Wrestling, PWG, Defy.
It's I guess it's almost like instead of there being like one big competitive one like WCW, there's like a whole bunch of ECWs.
Yes.
Like as in just like a smaller promotion.
And it's amazing. And I think like the competitive number 2 is indie wrestling in general.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yep.
Because and you can go to like a lot of people hate the GIF guys like Hokey and Lariato and stuff like that. Those dudes are making not stars, but they're making people talk about dudes on the indies. Like
they're helping people.
Dave Chris doing that wall He did like that wall cutter, like off thing.
Yeah.
That was on dude, everyone retweeted that.
Yeah.
Like when Kenny Omega and Okada had their first match, everybody was like retweeting those things. It was like, dude, and then you were like, oh shit, I got to see this.
Yeah.
So then you're searching out that. You don't see, I mean, and this isn't knocking WWE. I mean, they're their biggest, they're the Beatles of wrestling.
Yes.
You're not seeing those GIFs from their matches.
I think it was the two fans I was talking to in Cincinnati. The one guy was just saying how it was like, back in the day, if there was a good match you heard about, it was like you had to wait months to see it.
Yeah.
Like, however, whether you got it from like RF video, like a tape trade, whatever it was. Now there's a good match. There's GIFs up of it within hours, and you can probably find it by the next day.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
so sick.
We live in great times, guys.
Yeah.
I say this all.
Yeah.
I say this a lot.
Number 5. What wrestler from the 90s do you think may have been underappreciated or unappreciated for how good they were in the ring? I know what my answer is.
There's a lot of them. What do you got?
Yeah, no, he wasn't 90s. Never mind.
Yeah, shit. Because the guys I'm thinking of now are like late 90s, so it's probably almost like 2000s.
Yeah.
Early 90s guys. I'll go with
just 90s.
I don't know if he's a 90s
from
guy.
the 90s.
Like Dick Togo.
Yeah, Dick Togo's awesome.
I mean, I know he was around in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Dude, he is like, he's like, if you're like, a Ring of Honor
Dick
guy.
Togo in 2017.
Yeah, still now.
rocking.
Like, he just did PWG not that long ago. Like, years. But I mean, like, when he was around in like the early 90s, like, dude, it's just insane, man.
I'm going to say this. Might not be.
He was, the best way to put it, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
It's the best way to put it.
Fit Finlay.
Yeah.
I think, like, Fit Finlay always gets thrown in that, like, brawler thing because he did all the hardcore stuff towards the end. But that dude was great.
Yeah, or just even, like, that brawling style. But, like, they say some of the cool shit to go back and watch is, I guess, I can't think of the promotion off the top of my head, but over in the UK, where it would be, like, him and Regal, and the ring is, like...
World of Sport.
I think it's World of Sport. Like, the ring is super small.
Yep.
So everything they do is just so tight. And
Yeah.
it's just awesome.
I mean, there's so many dudes though. Like
everybody watches. Everybody watches Finlay stuff and just picks up like little things. From
another one I'm gonna say just from the early 2000s until I guess the mid 2000s, D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, that's actually the first one that came to the top of my head. I just wasn't sure if he's like a late 90s, like early 2000s guy, but yeah,
D'Lo invented almost every move that is cool.
Yeah, when I did play video games, like those like early WWF games and stuff, he was so fun to use because his move set was just phenomenal.
Yeah. All right.
He's the man. He dude, like moonsaults, like whatever.
Everything.
Threw a great punch.
He threw a great punch, and he wasn't like did he do a? I remember like seeing stuff where I was like, holy! Like the first time I'd ever seen it was D'Lo doing it on like Shotgun Saturday Night or something like that, and you're like, holy shit! Like he pulled out the stops that night, and that dude was like, yeah, sure. And it was like some wild move off the top rope where you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And I think that I think a lot of people like bring up like the draws thing.
Yeah.
That was an accident.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? That's like Owen Hart breaking Stone Cold's neck.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was like, oh, today's the day. We're going to break this guy's fucking neck.
Or like he was unsafe or dangerous or you know what I mean? Yeah.
Owen Hart's one of the greatest. Fucking Owen Hart is one of the most underappreciated.
Him and Triple H from WrestleMania 90 in 98 is like, because Shawn and Stone Cold were the main event. Like, Triple H and Owen from earlier is amazing. Yeah, it's so good.
Owen is man.
And like a little like hidden gem too is Owen and 1-2-3 Kid from King of the Ring.
Yeah,
and it was like
glad you said this.
Wasn't even like the both of them had already worked earlier in the night, and it's like dude, like 1-2-3 Kid's on his way down to the ring. Owen just like the lights hadn't even turned on yet. Owen baseball slides him and just blasts him so hard, and then like it's just right into high spots, and it's so good, man.
Wes told me about this the other day. There's from on the network, you can GFW, the Global Force.
Yeah, I saw it on there.
Not Global Force. It's
GWF.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never clicked on it, but I saw it.
So there's a new thing called Hidden Gems, like WWE's Hidden Gems.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a match between 123 Kid and Jerry Lynn.
Oh, really?
From that GWF.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the best.
Just off the charts.
Yeah. And like, so I haven't found it yet, but tonight maybe I'll find it. But yeah, 123 Kid versus Jerry Lynn for that on that GFW thing.
That's great.
That's supposed to be a thing. So I'm going to do two quick ones here.
Okay.
Who do you guys listen to while you work out? You love Pantera.
Yep. I like joked around before saying like, dude, like you don't need pre-workout. Like just turn on Vulgar Display of Power and you're going to want to work out.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, like that new Left Behind album, like I'm honestly excited to go to the gym and work out to that album.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's great.
It's a ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Left Behind record is fucking awesome. I don't know the name of it fully right now, but I
do like, I am weird too, like everyone, like, because I'll go on like a long stretch and then after a while it's kind of like how you need to change up your workouts. Like every once in a while it's like, okay, I don't feel like listening to someone screaming in my ear right now. Like I'll do like hip hop and stuff sometimes too, just to change it up.
I listen to prog rock, 70s prog rock. I listen to a lot of Yes and Genesis.
Yeah, actually, I do. I have a playlist of a lot of like same things.
And it's just like, I think it's because you can just get lost in it, and like a lot of times, like
it keeps you in a good mood.
Yeah, if you listen, like I know that like if I know I have like big lifts coming up, like if my like workout's coming around and I'm like, oh shit, like this week I got to do like big deads, I got to do big squats, I got to do a big press. Like Meshuggah is like perfect because it's so everything is like it's a grid.
Yes.
It's like and everything is like tempoed.
That was tempo was the word I was looking for. Yeah.
So it's like it can in your head. Like,
I can see like a focus wise.
Yep, and it's just like you hit reps on time. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like people like when they listen to like electronic music and but for like dancing or for like class, like it keeps tempo.
Yep. And I know that like on my like circuit days when I want to like blow my lungs up, like jazz, anything that's not going to make me mad.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in anything, like you mentioned before that like some dudes chew gum to calm themselves down when they wrestle.
Yeah.
I've realized that like that, I think that like really calm like jazz, no vocals, just chilled out cool jazz.
Yep.
Keeps me focused on not being like, I don't want to work out angry when I'm doing that. I don't need to get pumped. I just need to get through it.
Yeah.
And like
reggae music for me.
Yeah?
Oh,
like what?
I don't know, just some reggae.
Reggae.
I like that. Yeah.
This might be a stupid question, but now, like, what I was thinking that the other day. What is this considered? Like, because like I'm, like literally like Depeche Mode, Tears for Fears, like all like what's that considered? Like what?
I don't know. 80s.
Yeah, like I mean, but you
like
like you
like
just said like would you
like
just
goth.
say prog rock?
Prog rock is like yes.
Yeah.
Where like you look at the album cover and then you listen to it and that's where it takes you.
Okay, because stuff
like,
I'm talking about is like I always just call it like darker 80s music.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's like I don't know.
I didn't know if there was like a term or something.
But it's like electronic music, but like I don't know, from the 80s.
Yeah, that's actually probably majority of what I'm listening to right now, and I didn't know if there was like a term for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flock of Seagulls. What is it?
Alternative music.
I think I've literally listened to Iran every day for maybe a couple months now.
What was
I don't know what it is.
Was it you that was telling me about Ciampa, like Tommaso Ciampa, like doesn't listen to music?
Yeah.
He just has one song.
I took a car. It was me, Ciampa, and Hero, and like Hero like brought it up, and he was just like, yeah, like he's like, you're the only guy. He just doesn't like music. It's like movies and music. Everybody likes movies and music pretty much. He just doesn't know anything about music.
Yeah.
And the only thing was when Tommaso first started working out in like his parents' basement, his brother had a Ricky Martin tape with "Living La Vida Loca" on it. That's all he really knows.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And I know because then on the Indies he was coming out to Psycho Killer, and because the whole crowd would like sing like ba 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 ba, but like Biff Busick like gave him that music, like told him to do that.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got a good one.
Okay,
here.
yeah, go ahead.
It's a little more lighthearted. who do you think would win in a fight between a grilled cheese sandwich and a taco?
Oh, I read that one. That's from Evan Duckett.
Yeah. Okay,
Evan
you know
Duckett. Yeah. We go see movies together.
Gotcha. So he's totally just fucking with us.
Yeah. A taco every single time.
Yeah, I don't like grilled cheese at all.
I think
and there's no nutritional value.
I want to say
whatsoever.
that's from like a TV show or a movie.
You know what? You might be right. I don't know what, but it does sound kind of familiar.
Like Hot Rod, maybe.
Hot Rod's a great sleeper of a
Amazing
movie. I like
that and MacGruber. You want to get some good belly laughs in?
No, I was at the beach talking about somebody with MacGruber. MacGruber is so good.
One of the best movies ever.
Seriously, man. Val Kilmer is the heel. And the whole movie, he just wants to blow his dick off.
Yeah.
And then he finally does as he's like falling.
Best part of the movie. Is
there's that super weird sex scene
when
that's not weird sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Not weird at all.
The even like the WWE guys are all hilarious.
Okay, so one Big Show making out.
Yeah, he's like a gay mechanic.
Okay, awesome. Next is that they get blown up in the van. And it's
they like all die.
Yeah, and it's Powers Booth. The actor Powers Booth plays like the general.
Yeah.
And they're in the thing, and like MacGruber's like looking out the window, and like Powers Booth's like, "It was a really good ceremony, or that was a really good eulogy." You said, "I think you could have toned down the swearing." And then MacGruber just looks at him and goes, "But they were good fucking men," like that. And it's just like that small thing.
Yeah.
It's great, but they were great fucking men.
That might be like the biggest.
I think I just broke this chair.
I was talking about with somebody at the beach like over the summer. It just made me think like I'd love to rewatch MacGruber. Like I have to. It's so good.
I would love to watch it. Do it this week.
I'm in.
Okay, here is. Is there anyone you've toured with that you were starstruck with? And Jesse, is there anyone you've been in the ring with that you were starstruck with? I think I know the answer of yours.
What do you got?
Steiner.
Yep. Good call. That was. Did I already tell that story when like I was standing in the ring and he was like coming out to the ring and his like sweet music with like the sirens was playing and he had like chainmail on and it was like what I was talking about for the Christmas show. It was like there was no guardrails. He was just walking to the ring and like people were just like running up to him and like jumping around him and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like I was so pumped.
I have two things. Like one, so a guy named Josh Newton used to play in our band.
Yep.
Josh used to play in this band called Shiner.
Yeah, he's just like a grizzled road guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's like 44 now or something like that. It's old.
And it's old. Real old.
Shiner is like one of my favorite bands. Like just a band. You want to talk about a band that was like ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Listen to the Shiner record, The Egg. It's mind-blowing. He played guitar in Shiner. He played on I think he played on 2 records. I think he played on Starless and he played on The Egg. And I practiced with him and stuff like that. But the very first show we played, I remember like looking over and seeing him next to me and being like, I'm in a band with Josh Newton from Shiner.
Oh, man.
Like, this is the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yeah. Did you ever tell that to him, though, and it, like, weirded him out?
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably you
So
didn't.
if he, like, listens to this, like now we're, like, really good friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And he works for Fall Out Boy, making, like, way more money than he ever did
with us.
With every time I die. Yeah. But, yeah, that was, like, I mean, still to this day, like, he texts me, like, randomly out of the blue, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, Josh Newton fucking.
Yeah.
You know, and I spent 5 years in a band with him.
Yeah, traveling the world.
It was awesome.
That's really cool.
And then I have 2 really random things where I guess it wasn't on tour, but like there's like I feel like in wrestling now that I'm in the world, I don't think I would like get starstruck by wrestlers. Flair would for sure. Like, if I met Flair, I'd like freak out.
Yeah, Vince. To me, I always say Vince McMahon is a big one. If you saw Vince McMahon, it's very intimidating.
I'm saying like meeting wise.
Oh yeah.
Like if I met Flair or I guess Vince would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like another.
You know
world.
what I mean? But it's attainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stars like Brad Pitt.
Exactly. Tom Cruise.
And it's weird. Like I shouldn't like put them on a pedestal.
I know. I feel.
But they're so unattainable.
You're like Will Smith or something.
Yeah, you'd be in the same vicinity as The Rock at this point. Even with being in wrestling.
Yeah.
there's no chance The Rock is showing up to a Smash show.
Exactly.
Right? So
because you get to a level where like he can't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he would have to have an entourage with him or something. You know what I mean? He can't just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which has to be a total mindfuck for those people. You know what I mean?
So, on Warped Tour 2016, we were on tour with Good Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
It's like good, and I fucking freaked out when I met Joel, man. No.
Yeah.
So we were on tour, Good Charlotte's on the tour or whatever, and I'm really good friends with, because we've done 9 Warped Tours, I'm really good friends with the front office people, and there's a girl named Kate Trescott, literally the one person I visit every single day, make sure I talk to her.
Yeah.
Because she's a great person.
Say what's up.
And, you're on tour with, like, 400 people.
Yeah.
And, like, it's nice to have, like, a bud, right? Uh-huh. So, every day, go see her and Lisa Brownlee, are, like, my 2 girls. So walk in, I open the door, and Cameron Diaz is standing right there. And I was like, okay. I literally just said, okay.
Yeah.
And then just shut the door, and I hear Kate go, no, come in here real quick. I want to introduce you to a friend. And I, like, walk in, and, like, it's just like, hi. And she's like, hey, this is Cameron Diaz. And I'm like, hi. I'm Andy. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
And then just left.
Hey, in The Mask, you were, like, the hottest girl on the planet.
You in... why can't I think? I can't even think. Something About Mary.
Yeah.
The hottest person.
Vanilla
ever.
Sky.
Dude, her in that movie with Fassbender, not The Accountant, where she has like the fucking like, she has like this leopard print tattoo on her neck.
Yeah. I never saw
What
it.
a fox. And this is like almost 50, Cameron Diaz. It was a couple years ago.
She played the perfect like psycho girl in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
She nailed it.
Here's another one.
Uh-huh.
So, one of the reasons, I think I've said, did I say this on the podcast before? Did I ever talk about I don't think I did. So, the reason I ever wanted tattoos, right, was because of Ian from The Cult.
Oh, okay.
He is like the coolest fucking dude. Like, when I was a kid, I was so into The Cult.
Yeah.
And Ian Asbury was like,
the guy.
Want to talk about man crush?
Yeah.
Right now, if like Ian Asbury walked in this room and was like, "Get on your knees," I would be like, "No, I'm good." Like it would take me like a minute to go like,
"Yeah, accept
I would
it."
totally suck that dick. But no. Okay. Right. So
back to reality.
So we did these things called the Wimmerfests. And they're like huge festivals in the United States. There was one in like Florida, one in North Carolina. These are the ones we played. And Soundgarden was on it, which is crazy because we played one of Soundgarden's last shows.
Yep.
So one of the shows, this is the show I was talking about, one of the last shows, Soundgarden shows. I was hanging out with my friend Toby. He was working for Eagles of Death Metal at the time. And we're like sitting on the Eagles of Death Metal's bus and just shooting the shit, blah, blah, blah. And then it was starting to get in close that Soundgarden was going to go on. So, like, I stand up, and I'm kind of shooting the shit. Jorma from the Bronx, that used to be in the Bronx, now plays drums for Queens of Stone Age.
Yep.
We've toured the Bronx. If there was, like, best friend bands, they'd be, like, in the top 3 for us. And I'm sitting there, and I'm, like, shooting the shit with him, blah, blah, blah. And, people are, like, coming and going on the bus. And then I just fucking turn around, and Ian Asbury is, like, we're, like, face to face.
Oh.
And I was like,
yeah, it's heavy.
And I like looked back at Jorma and I just left. And I just walked off the bus. And then they were like, Jorma comes out and like Toby comes out. He's like, yo, what? Like, why did you bail? And I was like, I'm gonna say something stupid in front of him, man. Like, and I don't want Ian Asbury like going back and being like, oh, this fucking
guy's a weirdo. Yeah.
This dick on this bus, blah blah. So I just bailed.
Yeah.
Like it
makes complete sense to me.
So handsome though. Uh-huh. Just so handsome. Like 60 years old, just a fucking stunner, dude.
Pure stunner.
Yeah.
Is there another one on that one?
No, that was it. Just wanted to talk about my love of...
I got a 3-parter here.
Okay.
From Colby. Colby's I see him, he comes to every ESW show, and I know I've seen him on other shows besides Buffalo, but he's a good dude. He brings me and Laura candy every single show.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys like Cheetos?
Do you like Cheetos? I have to admit, that's one of my like guilty pleasure
Cheetos
on the road.
Oh,
I like
really?
the texture, man.
And getting that shit all over your fingers.
Yeah. Nice.
Cheetos are legit. Wait a minute. Are Cheetos? No. What are the big poofy ones?
Those are cheese puffs.
Yeah, but not the balls, right? As terrible as that sounds.
No,
yeah, I don't like the cheese puffs. Cheetos are okay. I like Cheetos.
Cheetos are like the harder ones.
Cheetos are good.
Yeah, they're nice.
When you go to Subway, what sub do you guys get? I don't do Subway anymore.
I gotta say this: Subway is called subpar to me.
It sucks.
Like that's like last ditch effort. I will say I do have a good Subway story though.
Okay.
The day I ate would have been. I had 60 chicken nuggets in one day.
Yeah.
We had a day off in Wales on like a Sunday, and the only two things that were open were McDonald's and then a Subway was right next to it.
There's always a Subway.
And it was like some weird European holiday, so like everything was closed.
Yeah. Sweet.
So I woke up, got a sick 20 piece, ate it.
Yeah.
Had to eat dinner or lunch or whatever the fuck it was. Had 20 more. And then the last one, I was like, I cannot do chicken nuggets again.
Yeah.
So I went into Subpar, looked, and was like, nothing seems appealing. Got the Veggie Delight.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's just all the veggies, right?
Nothing on it other than
just
veggies.
Bread and veggies?
No, but no, like, condiment.
Yeah.
Went to McDonald's, got a 20-piece, got some natural honey. No. I'm telling you, dude, have nuggets with natural honey.
Yeah.
Your dick will blow right now. A parrot will come out of your dick.
I was thinking of like sweet and sour sauce or barbecue or
Ready?
something. Yeah.
So you take the natural honey, drip it on the bun, right?
That's okay.
Take some some barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Put it on the bun.
I like where this is
and
going.
then make a chicken nugget sub.
Okay.
And it was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was it's like a split set.
I should say though, before I started doing meal prep, I was known as like the Subway guy at shows because
very cool.
Subway was like, before I get on the road, I would always stop at Subway and just get a huge sub because that was the only thing I could take with me that like wouldn't get bad in like 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which basically my thought process is like I could have also just went to the grocery store and bought it's just a fucking
everything.
Sandwich. Yeah, I could have just done it myself. But I used to get that chicken shit. It's like not sweet and sour chicken. Like sweet Thai chicken. Teriyaki chicken. I used to get that. That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Or I would just get like turkey with like double meat or something, but nothing.
I'm a tuna guy.
Really?
Yeah, I go tuna with pickles.
Is that like real tuna though? There?
I don't fucking know.
Probably not.
Seafood, do you remember that?
Oh yeah, it was like it looked like salad. Like
that was
crab
Keith
meat, right?
Buckley. Keith Buckley loved the seafood salad one.
Dude. Oh wait, there's number 3.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
How do you feel about RJ City?
I said this the other day.
All from Colby.
And RJ was definitely...
He left a great comment under your Republican post.
Yeah.
When you dressed as a Republican.
Yeah. I dressed as a Republican the other day for a wedding.
A Halloween wedding. You should say not just a wedding.
Yeah. I just went to this wedding as a Republican. Yeah. So me and RJ, I feel like we've never really hung out. We've been in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
But I feel like me and RJ would get along really well because I feel like his humor's similar to my humor.
Yeah.
It's pretty dry.
We're going to get him out here for sure.
We have to.
Yeah.
And one, he's a great wrestler.
Yeah,
he's really good. And two, he just is a real like. I remember like he wasn't even on the card. Like Cherry was wrestling, like Laura was wrestling Sienna on a Smash show.
Yeah.
And we had booked Laura versus Sienna for the Christmas show. And like RJ dates Sienna.
Yeah.
And he was just there hanging out. And I think he just smiled once. And I was like, it'd be great to have him on the card.
I'd like to have that guy around.
And then I remember I brought it up to you. I was like, yo, we should have RJ on the show. He's going to be there anyway.
I was literally just sitting there getting changed, and you just like came over and sat down like right away. Or just like, yeah, I mean, like Sienna's going to be there. Like, I think we should just book RJ. We should just put RJ on the show. I'm going to talk to him. You just like walked over and say, okay, cool.
Handsome fella. And it's going to be a great match.
Great promo.
Yeah. He's great. So that's what I think of him.
You got? I should probably say, I've known RJ a long time. He's come a long way. I'm actually wrestling him for the ESW World Heavyweight Championship.
World Heavyweight
Championship.
I love it.
On November 25th in, I was going to say Buffalo, New York. It's actually Niagara Falls. But ESW, it's going to be a good show.
It's a world title.
It's a world.
So
ESW
imagine all the people in Belgium that are like,
I
wonder who is going to win that.
Who's going to win the ESW World Heavyweight title?
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
Globally make a difference.
At Dalbear says, "What's the one Etid song, if any, that would make a good entrance theme, and who should it be for?" I always thought the song Wanderlust would be great for like a rockers.
Ooh.
Like someone like that.
Yeah.
It's a great song. It kicks in, do some fist pumps, go over the top rope because you're a high flyer.
Vault over the top rope. Nice vault.
Yeah.
Roman Holiday, I always thought was great for entrance music. I think a kid actually came out to it once at 2CW. Really? Yeah. Very then I actually grabbed him and I was like, dude, you came out to Roman Holiday. I was like, yeah, those are my buddies. And like, I always thought about like using that song. And then like,
that's awesome.
And then, like years later, that kid was like, he like thanked me for like saying that to him.
Really?
like fired him up or something.
That's cool.
Yeah. Shit. I came out once to, what's the album with Underwater Bimbals from Outer Space is the opener?
X Lives.
It's the third song. I can't think of the name of it. Should I look it up now?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Just keep talking so this doesn't seem awkward.
I'll keep talking, and I'm just going to put us over here real quick.
Please do. Always.
I apologize. I can't pronounce this, but it's Mamuting. It sounded terrible.
A Wild Shameless Plane. That's one of my favorite songs to play.
Okay. I came out to it at CCW once.
Want to hear a little secret?
I think it was actually the time I worked Sammy Callahan.
A little secret about that song?
It's a ripper.
So I was obsessed with the Melvins. I've been since I was a little kid.
Yep.
And that song I titled it Melvins because I wanted it. That's my version of a Melvin song.
Gotcha.
So
I always heard that when bands write songs,
there's a working title.
You get a working title as opposed to the real title.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So the Wild Shameless Plane always will be the Melvins. So just called the Melvins.
Yep.
So if you see a set list or you have a set list at home and it says Melvins, it's that song.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that song we recorded with Joe Barisi, who did the record Stoner Witch.
Oh,
by
really?
The Melvins.
Yeah, we were just talking about that Stoner Witch yesterday.
And I was like, oh man, and he saw the working title and I was like, I want this to sound like the Melvins. And he like totally favored me. And he goes, okay, go in there, get the high watt 4x12 cabinet, set in this one thing, come in here with the Sun beta head, and then go into the one thing and grab the second rat pedal, and then bring it in here. And I was like, oh, okay. And I like brought it in, hook it all up, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, this is the exact 4x12, the exact head, and the exact pedal that Buzz used on Stoner Witch.
Yeah.
So that song is recorded with the exact same guitar sound that Buzz used on Stoner Witch.
How did he? I thought you said he faved you.
Yeah, by he didn't tell me right away.
Oh,
he was like, "Go grab." this
and then he told you after. Oh,
yeah,
okay, I see what you're saying.
And then I plug in and I'm like, "This is so good. It sounds awesome."
Yeah.
And he's like, "This is the exact setup that we used for Buzz."
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, awesome.
Let me just. I feel bad that I tortured her name and I'm not going to say it. It says podcast is great, fellas.
Let me see it. Let me see.
Yeah.
It. Let me see if I can read that.
At the end there, the name.
Mau. It's
Mowington?
Mowington.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Says, podcast is great, fellas. Andy, what are the chances we'll see another ETID DVD or Blu-ray? Shit Happens is by far the best damn music documentary ever. Keep kicking ass.
I mean, I don't know.
I've told you that before, that like that DVD like got me through really hard times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like straight up.
Yeah.
Like that was like the second time I was in Cincinnati, and like I was living with Carl Anderson, and then he left to go to the New Japan Dojo, and like I was in Cincinnati like by myself with like no cable, and like I would just watch that DVD every day.
Yeah.
And like see my friends doing cool shit. It was like, whew, yeah.
Yeah.
That helped.
That's great.
Like having no money, but like scrounging it up to go to Best Buy to get that DVD,
Yeah.
like just so I could watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have sent you one if you just hit us up.
Pretty sure I hadn't talked to anybody in the band at that point in about 4 or 5 years.
You know what's random?
Yeah.
Is that like recently the Buckleys were in their parents' basement and found a box of them.
Of just that
So
DVD.
like the last tour in Canada, we were just selling them.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's 11 years later.
Yeah.
That documentary, or I don't know if you want to call it that, like that DVD was like, we watched the Pantera 3 DVD, and if you've never seen the Pantera
I've
3
seen it, yeah.
DVD, it's
wild.
Single-handedly the greatest band DVD of all fucking
It's real
time.
wild.
And it's like the most honest portrayal of a band. And my least favorite thing in the world is when a band or a documentary comes out of something or someone, and it's just a bunch of people like verbally jerking the band off.
Yeah,
or, like the person
how great
off. Just
they
like,
are.
oh, the first time I ever met this band. Oh, it was like the best thing. The first time I ever met this guy. Oh my God, it was like life changing. It's like, no fucking it isn't, dude.
Yeah.
I've never met a person. I met a bum once in Lexington, Kentucky, that literally was on his deathbed. He's like 90 years old, and I heard him hacking around a corner.
Yeah.
The only dude that's ever like made some sort of impact in my life, where I was like, "Hey, bud," like this was the time where I was like, "Don't judge a book by its cover," like, right? So I hear hacking. It was like fucking 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I go around this corner. There's this old homeless dude staying there. I mean, this dude was on death's door. Like, that cough was like,
it wasn't just a cough.
You're not gonna be around long. So I go, "Hey, bud, why don't you come with me? I'm going to this place right now. Let's go get some food. Let's get you out of the cold."
Yeah.
So I grab this dude. I take him down to this place. And at this time, we were heading to a Sounds of the Underground, and the show was us, Acacia Strain, and Shadows Fall in Lexington, Kentucky. Knoxville,
Kentucky.
Is that where it is?
Or Tennessee. Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where it was. So I grab this dude. I take him down the street. And as I'm walking there, I go, "Dude, whatever drink you want, let's do it." And I'm just assuming this guy's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I said, "You want whiskey? You want fucking vodka?"
Yeah.
I'll get you fucking shit-faced.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "I haven't drank since 1992. I just want a cheeseburger." And I was like, "Perfect. I'm hungry. Let's go."
Yeah.
So I go to this fucking place. I'm sitting down, and the dude literally just wanted a cheeseburger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah.
So I sat down, and him and I just had dinner, like, eating, and we just sat there talking. And I said, like, "Hey, man, what got you here?
Yeah.
Like, why are you dying outside of this place?"
Uh-huh.
And he literally just goes, and it was so sad. It was like 1940s. I'm not even shitting you. Like, I think he said like 1948. He was living down south, and his best friend said, "Hey," and this is like an old grift at the time. He would say, "Hey, why don't you give me your savings? I'll move to Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open a store there." Like, they had an idea of opening like a store. Give me your thing. Yeah. I'll go to Knoxville. I'll get it started, and then in like 3 months, you can move the family up.
Yeah.
And we'll be established by then.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the guy just stole his money.
Uh-huh.
He moved to Knoxville.
Yeah.
He couldn't move his family there. Like, after.
Yeah.
And his family left and just never talked to him again.
Oh, wow.
So this poor dude was like there.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the story sucks. So then I was like, okay, and the dude's like, "Hey, I got to take off." And I was like, and he told, well, first, this is what he said, right? So I go, "Okay, man, I'm going to give you some money."
Uh-huh.
Right? And I'm thinking, this guy's like that. He's not a drug addict. He's not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
This guy needs help. I give him $100.
Uh-huh. So
I say, "Here's $100. And I go, "What are you going to do with this money?" And this is what he said.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Uh-huh. I'm ready.
He goes, "I know where there's a tunnel that goes straight to the biggest tax firm in Knoxville. I'm going to buy explosives and blow the building up." And I said, "Here's another 100. If you do that, say my name in the press."
Whoa.
That's it. And then right when he was like, while we were eating, like, Shadows Fall came in, Acacia Strain came in, the rest of the guys in the band come in.
Yeah.
Everybody's handing this dude 20s.
Man.
So the guy probably made out with like $400.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And I was like, I was the only one that knew what he wanted to do with the money.
Yeah.
And then I gave him a huge hug, and when I gave him a huge hug, I felt like this huge tumor on his back.
Oh, yeah.
He was not doing well.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like the guy left or whatever, and it was like, it was crazy.
That's some game-changing shit.
Another
right
thing in Knoxville, I think it is Knoxville. There's this thing called the Body Farm there, and if I'm wrong on this, someone please correct me if you're listening to this. There's this thing called the Body Farm where they actually do tests on dead bodies. Like, if you give your body up to research, they'll like put you in a car to see how long it takes to for your body to decay in this car or whatever. They put like tests on
certain temperatures.
So like last time we played there, I was like, I go, I was saying something about the Body Farm, and the guy goes, "Oh man, I work there," and I was like, "Whoa, really?" And he goes, "Yeah, I saw a testicle explode today," and I was like, "You're the only guy on Earth that could probably say that right now."
Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was it. Like, going back to that thing, I don't know if there's ever going to be a DVD. We have literally hours and hours and hours of footage that we have still in the thing.
Because who Doug used to go with you guys, right?
Yeah, Doug Spangenberg used to come out with us, and Doug is now retired and owns a barbershop in Syracuse, New York.
Good for him.
Called Westcott Barbershop.
Sweet.
So go get edged up if you're in Syracuse.
Did you do last question or did I? Oh, I did.
You did.
So you're up.
How underrated is Jerry Lynn? A lot of wrestling questions.
That's all good.
Jerry Lynn is.
I feel like that just goes without saying.
He's fucking awesome.
And then like not only like underrated, but like also hands down the nicest man in wrestling maybe ever. Laura just saw him at a signing like less than a week ago. She said he came out to her and was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Jerry Lynn." And she was just like, "Yeah, I know who you are. Like, you're the nicest man on earth." And because remember, like when I started watching ECW and like going to the Buffalo shows and stuff, like, I mean, remember he just had those like kind of like cheesy tights, like neon like tights.
Yeah.
But he always had like, but we were always like, oh, but that dude has like kick-ass matches.
Yeah.
And then he got his big push and he went down to the, you changed up to black tights and started doing more like death metal stuff. And it was like, man.
He's like a super death metal mark too.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
headbanging at death metal shows.
We also, I mean, like, I'm sure you remember, do you remember like his ECW backstage promos and you would always have those like dorky glasses on?
Yeah. Awesome. How about this though? Mr.
Like you think like Paulie would be like, Jerry, could you take your glasses off maybe?
Go back, watch WCW Mr. JL.
Oh yeah.
When he wore a mask.
Yeah.
Amazing. This one, Scott Backrack. He asked me this, I think, like a week ago.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't answer him because I don't know. I don't know either. Like, I know Merrick, but he goes, in one of your earlier episodes, you reference a fellow wrestler, Merrick. Is that Merrick Brave? If so, have you seen this? I was at this match. No, it wasn't Merrick Brave.
I don't know who Merrick Brave is.
This is like a local...
We're talking about Nick Merrick, a local wrestler.
Yeah. Who's right now, he's at...
Lance Storm's Academy.
Lance Storm's Academy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I got one for you that you're going to enjoy.
Please.
Oh, well, I enjoy the name. Brawny Juggalo.
Very cool.
Question is, did the Gambler ever win a match in WCW? I had a friend who claimed he had a tape of the Gambler winning, but he never produced it.
Straight up, I think he did. I think they did put him over on that Saturday morning thing. He like went against another job dude, and I think they gave the Gambler the win.
I'd love to know what his finish was.
Like Ace of Spades or something like that. Something cool.
I got a quick one here. Is Hell or High Water better than Wind River?
No.
Wind
River is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't answer because I haven't seen Wind River, but he's getting it because I put Hell or High Water over huge on the podcast,
which is great.
Yeah, I replied back. Great question.
Hey, Daniel San said that he like sent some messages or sent some stuff to the Gmail.
Yeah, but then he tweeted us today and said that he put it on your Instagram comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was being lazy and I didn't feel like signing into the Gmail. I didn't put it. That's why I didn't put it up either.
Lazy prick.
Do you? I don't know if I have an answer for this one, but what was the defining moment watching wrestling?
Oh, we already answered them. That's Danmo. That's like the first question we answered.
This is from Paulie the Well.
No, I'm saying from Daniel San. We answered all of his questions.
Oh, gotcha.
So this one's from who?
Paulie the Well.
Okay.
What was the defining moment watching wrestling that made you both think, shit, I want to do that?
Wow, man.
I don't know. I feel like I'm probably not answering the question here, but I remember thinking Coco Beware was the first person I ever saw do a brain buster, because I always thought to myself, why isn't when somebody picks somebody up in a suplex, why do they drop him on his back? Why don't they just spike him on his head?
Yeah.
And then Coco Beware did it, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
And then I think he was also the first person I ever saw, like, he had a sweet drop kick. And I was like, why doesn't somebody do, like, a drop kick off the top rope? And he did that.
Yeah.
And I was like, whew. Oh, and then Al Snow did. I'm not answering the question here at all. I'm just going off.
Yeah.
I always thought to myself, too, like, I thought of this in like the 80s when I was a kid. I was like, when they pick somebody up for a body slam, why don't they just drop the dude on his head instead of slamming him on his back? And then in ECW, when Al Snow started doing the snowplow, I was like, dude. Oh man, he does it.
And then you were like, oh, Taka Michinoku also does that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Called the Michinoku driver.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking those are like cool things. Those definitely implanted something in my brain that made me want to be a wrestler, but I don't remember like one defining moment.
I always talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've talked about this on earlier podcasts
where
we talked about there's one picture in particular, and it's Quackenbush doing a moonsault off of a picnic table in PWI. Like, and they were talking about like backyard wrestling, and like it was Mike Quackenbush doing a moonsault off of a
truck or something.
He was doing it off a picnic table.
Oh,
like just a grass.
Oh,
and that made I knew I would never be Razor Ramon, or stuff like that. And like, it's funny because
but like I could do that.
Everything in my life has been so punk rock.
Yeah,
that like I will always look at things that are like super corny and fake, and go like, that's super corny and fake.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Unless they're like trying to go like Guar will never be super corny and fake to me because that's what they're attempting to do.
Yeah,
it's cool as fuck.
Exactly.
Shout out to Guar.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. But like when I was a kid looking at Razor Ramon, I wasn't like, boy, I want to be Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
I would like look at it and be like, that is a character.
It was almost like too unattainable.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then, I would look at like Owen Hart or like Bret Hart and be like, wow, this guy's not the biggest guy there.
Yeah.
And he's out wrestling dudes.
And he's not like a character, he's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like those were the dudes I kind of always was like thrown to. When I saw Bruiser Brody for the first time, I was like, this guy is he's amazing.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about me, I'm almost 80% of my life I wear a Bruiser Brody shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that Quackenbush picture was like, that was it. Like I knew like when I saw that was like probably 95.
Yeah.
96, 95, 96. I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's it. You can wrestle anywhere.
It just it reminds me of when I did the seminar.
I love Razor Ramon, by the way. Like as an adult, I look back, Razor Ramon was sick.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I did a seminar in Cincinnati this past Saturday, and there was a kid that took the seminar looked like Reckless Youth. Remember Reckless Youth?
It was awesome.
He just reminded me, I was like, oh, dude looks like Reckless Youth.
Yeah.
And that was like PWI. That was like my first, like I said, I didn't know shit about indie wrestling, but like picking up PWIs, they always had articles on Reckless Youth, and it was like, I remember him like, picture of him doing like a senton, like a front flip senton off the top rope. There was a whole bunch of dudes like waiting to catch him, and I was like, man, this guy's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like it was always like small shit for me that was like, I can do this. And then, I don't know, I was like 18 or 19, and I was like, I'm going to go see how this works out.
Yeah.
And end up tearing my knee and starting a band. And then, as a grizzled rookie, decided, hey, I'm going to start wrestling again.
You know what? This bucket list stuff is real.
Yeah. That should just be my gimmick. Bucket list Williams. Here he comes.
Bucket list Eddie Williams.
Like, what are you going to do today? I'm doing a moonsault today. I never did one.
What are you going to knock off the list today?
Yeah. Today I'm going to finish with a Michinoku driver. Yes.
Always wanted to take one of those apron bumps.
Yeah. Here we go. That sucked. Pin me.
Bucket list Williams.
Someone asked me if I wanted to fight Nick Gage. Hey, bucket list. Let's go, Nick.
Come on, Nick. Let's sit in the chairs and punch each other in the face as hard as we can.
Do it, man. I'm in. The next day, man, check it off. I fought fucking Nick Gage.
I did it. My face was all lumped up. It was great.
It was awesome.
Choke slam out of the knee was badass.
Yeah. I'm in.
I'm pretty sure he just worked with Ming Haku, who's like a grandfather now, and I think he gave him like 3 chair shots to the head.
He gave Ming chair shots. Jesus fuck.
Which this is just what I'm gathering from Twitter. Like, I'm pretty, like, it's not like I'm pretty sure like Haku was like, hit me in the head with a chair 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, because Nick Gage even put a thing up. He's like, I just smashed this dude in the head with a chair 3 times. I have more respect for this man.
Yeah.
And then they all they had pictures together afterwards. It was
How
like,
about this?
God damn, dude.
just have respect for Ming.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, like, and obviously this is, like, I don't know Nick Gage. You know what I mean? And I'm sure, like, going into that match, he was probably fucking freaking out because you're wrestling fucking Ming.
Yeah.
Like, Ming has more stories about him than anyone else.
Yeah, he's when they talk about badass wrestlers, he's, like, the guy.
Yeah. Like, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's guys on the indies. Nick Gage is one of those dudes where, like, if I walked in a back room and I was like, oh, man, I got to wrestle Nick Gage.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be real physical. You know what I mean? Schlack is another one. Like, if I did something with Schlack, it's like, fuck, I have to bleed today. You know what I mean? Like, there's a group of guys. This didn't answer any questions that anyone asked.
We're
But,
just
like,
talking to your guys.
if you want to talk about, like, intimidation, like, those dudes are intimidating just due to the fact that it's physical, and I love that shit.
That's like the best thing though. Is like I know Nick Gage, and he's amazing. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
So like, and it's the same. Like I said, when I worked with like Scott Steiner, like he was so cool, and I even fucking blew a spot, and I thought he was pissed. And after the match, he was just like, no. It's just like when it's a testament to how good they are, because when they're in character, you think they're it's like, no, dude, it's a character. It's an act.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show.
It's awesome.
You know what I mean? They're actually really good dudes, and they're just good at what they do.
Yeah, and then obviously, like, a million questions that we got. I don't want to put anyone over because there was like 5 people that asked it.
Yeah.
Like, dream match.
Yeah.
We'll do. How about this? We'll finish with this.
Uh-huh.
Do your singles dream match, and then do our tag team dream match.
Okay. I think I answered this one on the podcast before.
Cody Deaner.
Cody Deaner, one more time, would be in Buffalo, New York. It's got to be Macho Man, Randy Savage.
It would be your dream match.
Yeah,
that's
like,
dead or alive. Then let's go alive.
Okay.
We'll do dead alive, and then we'll do our.
Well, I mean, like it would be like Shawn Michaels, but like I mean, are we like present Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, well,
or
let's just talk about of all time, dead or alive.
Okay.
And then current wrestlers right now, guy you're like, I would love to work with that guy.
All time, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Currently, like current roster guy. Like current would be like probably like Bray Wyatt. Like I'm like a huge fan of Bray.
Yeah,
stuff.
where like you see this stuff and you're like, I know I could have a good match.
Yeah,
with this dude.
yeah.
This like I know that we would mesh perfectly.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
That's sick.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Of all time, everyone's gonna know.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have died in that fucking shower with Brody.
Yeah.
If that was a tag match.
Yep.
With me and Brody versus Invader 1 and 2. But yeah, it would be Brody. Me versus Brody. That's like always gonna be an obvious. And then like current dudes, I say it all the time, like Kingston is like me versus Eddie Kingston, I think would be one of the most insane matches for me. And I would freak out. It'd be one of those ones where I'd probably cry after.
I'll get each other.
Eddie,
thank you, man.
Yeah, listen to this.
Thank you so much, man.
I know that we talk about. We have the same birthday too.
I didn't know that.
And it was funny too because for the Christmas show, just gonna shit on Wes for a little bit. So for the Christmas show, my plan was to book me versus Kingston.
Yeah.
Like do my dream match at my like dream show. And then
makes sense.
Like Wes hadn't trained. Or still hasn't trained.
Yeah.
Till this point, right now. We have a match in less than a month, or a little over a month, I should say. And I was going to book it, and then literally the day I was going to get a hold of Eddie, Wes goes, so we were wrestling at the Christmas show as Python. And I was like, all right. Well, and that's my best friend. So like, I was like, all right, we got to wrestle at the Christmas show.
You're a loyal,
and I didn't,
you're a loyal brother.
And I didn't hit up Kingston. But at some point in time, Kingston, we're going to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's super. I mean, it's super
gonna be
attainable.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be fucking awesome. And it's only because he likes the same kind of wrestling I like.
Yeah, the
and I know it'll
stuff.
be fucking physical. After the match, it'll feel like I was in a match.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So that's it. My dream match would be me versus Eddie Kingston. Plus, Eddie's like a fucking great talker, so he could shit on me the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great shit. Great heel shit.
Because I love that. That's like my fetish. 2, the fucking tag team match.
For us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this isn't like a dream, but I said it yesterday. Like us and TDT out of Montreal would be amazing,
awesome. And that's one of my. I was gonna say like us versus TDT would be fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like other tag teams out there. Like me and Jesse are gonna be in a 4-way.
I'm like this isn't real. It's not realistic. I'm a real big heel Usos mark.
Yeah.
I love heel Usos, man.
Yeah, they're great.
They're amazing.
That fucking tag team match at Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Real good.
Let it all out on the line.
Yeah, dude, they've been having amazing matches with New Day.
Yeah.
They've been like every feud that they've had in WWE has been like great.
Yeah. Jesse and I are wrestling for C4 in Kingston, Ontario.
Yeah.
On December 2nd. We're not wrestling as a tag team. We're wrestling against each other.
In a 4-way.
And it's a 4-way. It's me versus Jesse versus player Uno and Stu Grayson.
Yeah. Which is like, it's a bummer. Well, it's
not
a 4-way.
Bummer that we get to work with those dudes.
No, it would be better if we were just doing a tag.
Yeah.
But it is going to be good. And that's the whole thing is that they're feuding.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
I shouldn't say it's a bummer at all, actually, because it's going to be really
it's going to be
good.
fucking awesome.
If we were going to do a 4-way match, it would be definitely with those guys as the best case scenario.
But would also love to wrestle them as a tag team.
Yeah. Which is totally attainable as well.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, let's just heat in the ring and in this room.
Let's heat in this room for real. We've made Kevin sit in here with us for a strong...
Oh, my God. It is 11 o'clock.
2.5 hours.
We just did 2 podcasts in a row. If you're listening to this, just trying to get them in, brother.
Yeah, so
that's it.
Kayfabe's out the window. This one's coming out on Thursday, as promised for the fan questions. We just recorded another one before this, which will be out the week after. Andy's leaving for tour, so we got to get a couple in the tank. And we're doing good, man.
Yeah, Christmas show's coming up, December 16th.
Sold out, 3,000 strong. Thank you to everybody for the support.
Really pumped. Shout out to Brad Myers. Shout out to Hacker Scotty because they listen to every one of them.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this.
Shout out to American Barbell Club for taking care of us.
Shout out to Guar because I shouted him out earlier. Shout out to the guy that's probably dead, the homeless guy. Shout out to Danielson.
Danielson for all the Twitter support.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out to Manny Fernandez because it's another one that I wish I would have had.
He's been wrestling a lot.
I fucking know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If I got fucking flying burrito, I'd sell the fuck out of that.
Somebody just wrestled him, and I was going to text you. I don't remember who it was.
It was someone in CZW, wasn't it? Or out of GCW. It was a Game Changer World for sure.
It wasn't
Joey Janela.
Was it Joey Janela? I was saying it might have been Joey Janela.
Fuck, dude.
He trained Homicide, and that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Homicide's sick.
Yeah.
That's another one. Eddie Kingston and Homicide versus you and I.
Oh, man. Please. That'd be tight.
Yeah. You take all Homicide's weird shit, and then Eddie just fucking Saito suplex me on my fucking neck. Chop the shit out of me.
You take all the Homicide's weird shit, we're all good, man.
Yeah. I have
the best was Eddie. When I did a tag match with him in CZW, and he started giving me his hot comeback, and it was just kind of like all over the place.
This is Homicide.
Yeah, and he goes, I don't know, I'm kind of like Michael Myers out there, man. You know, I'm going to change shit. I was like, okay, dude.
Great. That's so
perfect.
Cool. I like
he's
Eddie.
Really good.
You're probably never ever going to listen to our podcast, but you always want to be on our podcast. Which at some point in time, I hope we get to have you on a podcast because you're fucking awesome. But I have so many things worked out. Every time I watch one of your matches,
it's gonna be so good. I promise.
Would fucking love to fucking like reverse that, and then fucking you fucking throw that goddamn roundhouse chop thing with your weird glove and arm sleeve, and I fucking catch it and then fucking lariat the fuck out of you. I'll fucking write a romance novel about us wrestling each other.
The best is like me knowing Eddie. Like if he like, I'm just envisioning him like listening to this and seeing him getting more and more fired up.
Yeah. I have so many fucking things worked out. So
very cool.
That's it. And so me and Jesse have that. We have the Christmas shows that we're wrestling. He's wrestling Sammy Callahan. Wes and I, as Pythons, are wrestling Purple Rain, which is Anthony Gaines and Cloudy, and then Kevin Bennett here is wrestling Joey Janela, and then the next day on the 17th, me and a secret guest, tag thing are going to be wrestling Hacker Scotty and a guest guy.
Yeah.
So
2 more quick
fuck
plugs.
you, Hacker. I'm going to fucking beat your ass.
November 20th.
Do you hear me? Hacker, more like hack.
Yeah, we said that yesterday.
All right?
Hack.
You're hardcore hack. You son of a bitch. Try to do that little fucking cartwheely thing off the fucking ropes to me. I'm going to catch you and drop you on your neck.
Oh, shit.
Hear that? All right.
November 25th, you got ESW, me versus RJ City for the World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
In Niagara Falls. And we also have, of course, the date's not on my phone. Is that it? When are we going for H2O?
We go to H2O the 22nd.
22nd. I remember it was a Friday. December 22nd, H2O in New Jersey.
I don't know if we're allowed to announce who we're wrestling, though.
No.
Because it hasn't been announced. But we're wrestling for...
Because it's a tournament, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, I'm off. Their earlier show's a tournament. Yeah,
there's a Hoss. The Hoss tournament.
Which you should totally have been in.
I'm not really a Hoss, though. Am I Hoss?
You're a big fella.
Am I Hoss?
You're a big fella.
God damn it. But I'm not Bill Carr, Hoss.
Bill Carr's the man.
I can't wait to... He says he wants to get... He better get interviewed on this. And what an interview that will be.
Oh, dude. Horror movies and music all day. And wrestling.
So, yeah, that's all the stuff we have coming up. I'm off tour for a while after the Christmas show. So, I'm ready to wrestle.
We got some big stuff coming up after the first of the year, too. So, we will keep you in check. And also, we haven't talked about this yet. We don't have to get into it now, but we should have T-shirts coming soon.
Oh, yes.
For sure. Podcast and Butcher and Blade shirts.
Yeah, we definitely will.
100%. Heat's in the ring,
hey,
everybody.
Heat's in the ring, brothers and sisters.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Yep.
See you soon.